Hi guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob. This is the pattern we're going to put on this gun stock. Something a little different than checkering. We will be doing checkering on the next one. I was going through my gun stock checkering book, and this is called chainmail. I think it'll look pretty cool on this rifle. So that's what we're doing here. But that's not what this video is about today, guys. What this video is about, look at all the crap on my new table. I'm going to have to clean it. Been cleaning the carving shop. And man, it don't look like I did anything, but I threw a bunch of stuff out. This video is going to be... Zoom back. No, wrong way, Rob. Whoop. On our new wood burner, we have an SK Razer tip wood burner. I went with the Razer tip because it has this pin. Okay, this means I can make my own tips. A lot of the wood burners have fixed tips on them, which means some of them, if it goes bad, you throw away the pin or you send the pin in and get it rebuilt. Some of them have the tips that plug in, like Master Burn, and that's the one I was really looking at, was the Master Burn, but I ended up going with the Razer tip because of this pin. Now I know they sell adapters and stuff where you can use Razer tip pins on Master Burners, but I don't know. I just went with this one. It seemed to be the best bang for my buck, I guess, and had all the stuff that I wanted in it. So we got our eagle head that we made for a cane, but we decided it was too short, this distance here, because your hand would be half hanging out of it. So we built a new one, but this is my first one. So let's go ahead and do some wood burning on this guy and try this new Razer tip wood burner out. I know Pete over there at Pete Blair up there in Ladner, Canada, Jordy's mentor, our friend Pete Blair, awesome artist in his own right. Pete, you do great work, man. I love it. So he uses the Master Burn. Pete has a Master Burn, and I really was thinking about going with the Master Burn. The only thing that drawback was the pin. So let's fire this puppy up and see what it will do. Okay, it's on, and right now we have it on 2. Goes up to 10. Okay. Nothing. Turn it up to 3. Are we getting any heat? Got everything plugged in, yep. Lights are on. Turn it up to 5. Alright, there she goes, coming up. Feels like it's coming up. Nope. 7. Okay, now you can smell something. There we go, 7. Believe it or not, it does not seem like this heats up as fast as that the old cheap one that I got from Amazon. Takes a second for it to heat up, it feels like. Okay, that's still not hot enough. Let's take it up to 8. And so the thing that made me want to get this one is this pin. I'll tell you what, that's a lot skinnier and lighter pin than the cheap one that we got from Amazon. I can see this tip has a date with a ball bean hammer and a little anvil. I'm not a big fan of full wire tips. I like them to be more like a knife. And we do have different tips, and Pete sent us some wire so we can make some tips. As a matter of fact, I made the tip on this one, and I just hammered that flat right there. So I think we can, it almost looks like this wire is thinner than the wire that Pete sent me. Now I know I've seen Stennett Sticks. He has a Razer tip, or I think he has a Razer tip. He might just have a different unit with a Razer tip pin. But he makes a lot of his own tips, and he's using, I think he said it was stainless steel wire is what he's using. And Pete sent me some cadmium wire. Let's crank it up a little bit more. Let's take it up to 9. Yeah, for my taste, this wire is way too thick. Okay, let's turn off the Razer tip. And okay, let's move him back out of here, over here out of the way. Let's turn on our El Cheapo from Amazon. See that? You can see how that, for being a cheap unit compared to a more expensive unit, like I paid 50 bucks for this Amazon unit here. I'll show it to you. Okay, and it has digital readout. I paid 50 bucks for that. And it has a digital readout, so I think it gives you a little bit better control over your heat than just having a selector switch that goes, 1 through 10. Okay, and I paid $140 for the SK. It's an SK Razer tip with the BK pen. Look at that. Now, it could just be because I hammered this tip a little flatter, but in all honesty, guys, for being a cheap $50 unit compared to a $150 unit, I say this is fine. This one was giving me problems. I thought maybe it was on its way out the door. And I ordered the Razer tip unit. To replace this. Geez, I don't know what to say about it. I'm going to have to give it more, I'm going to have to give the Razer tip more of a fair shake. And go ahead and customize the tip like I did on this one. And then give it a try. It could just be because the wire is so round on that one. that it's, and this one being flattened out, it's doing more of what I want it to do. And the Razer tip is actually a higher voltage or a higher amperage unit than this. This is a Razer tip is supposed to be, I don't know. I'm not going to say because I don't have the paperwork right in front of me. But the Razer tip is supposed to be a higher watt unit than this. And watts equals amps. So the higher the amperage on your box gives you higher watts. And amperage is what causes your heat, guys. It's how many amps get pulled through it. That's why, like, when you buy a Dremel or an angle head grinder, you always want to get the higher amp grinder because it has more power. Yeah, this unit here is making some funny noises out of the coil. So and I use this quite a bit. Okay, now the handpiece is starting to heat up on this. And we haven't been burning very long. You can see the size of this pin compared to the size of the Razer tip pin. It's like night and day, right? See the size? This is a foam thing. The Razer tip does have two nice little plastic thingies that are holders for your pin. This one, it came with a, it kind of looked like a little tiger. And unless you glued it to the top of the box, that thing never stays around. It's always getting knocked off the bench. Alright, so let me do some work. And this line here is heating up too, but it's going to because you're shortening the wire out. You're feeding the positive, the negative, and in between is the heat coming off of this is actually burning off electricity through amperage. Okay, so you can see. Yeah, let me go ahead and do a little work on that tip, flatten it out a little bit, and see if we get a better results. All right, so hang on, we'll be right back. So yeah, I just bounce it along there. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this Razer tip, guys. This is popple, this wood, just so you know. I turned it back down to 6 because I'm going to do here by the eyes. And basically we're just using the heat of the tip to clean up our lines. I don't know, guys. I mean, this is at 7. I got it at 7 right now. I'm gonna have to get we will try using this when we do when we got to come back and wood burn our gun stock. But Just Carve Rob is not impressed. I can see this Razer tip going back to Canada. Oh, Canada, take your Razer tip back. Just carve Rob is not happy with that. Yeah, I don't. Not impressed. Not impressed. I think I'd be running this thing at all out all the time. Okay, I turned it up to 8. I don't know. Maybe it's just the performance side of me. You know, if I build a fast car, it better go fast. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be a professional tool. And believe me, I'm no professional. I'm probably doing this all wrong. But I know what I like and I know what I expect out of my tools. And I guess I'm kind of let down because the reviews on this is so awesome. But the performance that I'm getting is not so awesome. So that's my review on it. Okay, guys, be awesome, carve something awesome, and we will catch you on the next one. Share, subscribe, and like if you want to, and bye-bye.